Hi, my name is Matthew Faulkner, and I'm here to answer the question of what kind of California insurance do I need to carry for my car. So first of all, we need to talk about what kind of coverages are there for auto insurance. Number one, there's basic liability insurance, and California requires that any car in California must have at least a 1530 policy. A 1530 policy is $15,000 coverage for any person that's injured and $30,000 coverage for an entire collision. So let's say if one person is hit and there's a 1530 policy, there's $15,000 available for that person. Let's say there's 4 people injured. Well, you have to divide amongst those 4 people the total of $30,000. Now, where a lot of people actually carry 1530 just for liability and $5,000 for collision, which means that it'll cover the damage of another vehicle for up to $5,000. The problem is that normally that's not quite enough coverage. In fact, the law should be updated so that people can have more substantial coverage. You'll see a lot of insurance companies like Viking or General or sometimes even Geico that offer those 1530 policies just to get the car on the road. But insurance by definition is to cover yourself, is to help yourself in case something happens. So if you only have liability insurance and you're hit by somebody else who's uninsured, well, you don't have any coverage. And there's a lot of cases where people will have just a basic liability, get seriously injured, and there's no coverage, which gets to the next thing. You want to have what's called underinsured or uninsured motorist coverage. And that's the kind of insurance that you buy to protect yourself. Now, you want to make sure that you don't have just a 1530 uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. You want to have something in line of about 100, 300 to cover yourself. So if someone hits you and they're responsible and or they don't have enough coverage, you can go to your own insurance and get coverage for up to $100,000 per person and $300,000 per accident. There's other aspects of coverage that you should probably know about, which is collision. So if you're involved in a collision, you pay a deductible and that covers your damage, especially if it's in excess of someone's potential $5,000 coverage. And then there's comprehensive in case something happens to your vehicle, let's say it's broken into or damaged in some other way, that covers that. The last kind of coverage that you need to have is what's called medical payment coverage, and that's what's called a no-fault coverage. And that is available to people who need to pay their medical bills. Some people don't have medical insurance, and the med pay kicks in either to pay for the medical treatment or to reimburse your medical insurance providers. So that's very important to have. So in summary, you want to make sure you have adequate liability coverage, such as 100, 300. You want to have adequate UIM and uninsured motorist coverage, underinsured motorist coverage of at least 100, 300. You want to make sure you have comprehensive, collision, and you can actually lower your collision insurance by having a higher deductible. And you want to make sure that you have med pay to cover your medical bills. I hope this video is helpful, and I wish you the best.